Good morning. So, this is my third video for YouTube, an iteration of the same thing that I'm working on, really. And I find that while I'm processing, very often it comes while I'm doing dishes, right? So I was doing dishes, thinking about the idea of having a YouTube channel and talking, and the idea of attempting to communicate, right? Because communication is so very important. And then moving that communication through to a place where it's perceived in the way that I'm attempting to send the message. And that brought up the word perception. Well, perception, receiving messages, right? Hearing a message. I don't know for certain any more than I can say I know for certain that we all see the same colors the same way in the same light, because it's relative, right? Light plays a role. Thank you, lights. I didn't do that. It's one of those lighting things. Plays a role in the way we see things. And that sight, that visual sight, brings forward a level of perception and how we perceive a message that's being delivered. So it occurred to me that no matter what it is I say, no matter what it is that I'm trying to share or bring forward, however it's perceived will be the way that message is received. Reception and perception ultimately create a different environment for each individual audience member, anyone that listens. I mean, hey, between you and me, it's a little bit more developed than when I was doing the blog. And I realized when I was trying to blog, I was focusing very much on, yeah, I can see the light between my hair. I was focusing very much on negative experiences and wanting to share them and have an outcome, right? But I couldn't do that because I, one, am still healing, as we will all continue to heal. I suspect until the day of our very last breath is my suspicion. I should write a poem about that. Or see if there isn't a poem already out there about that subject. I'm sure there's a dozen, right? I have to look up Macbeth again. Something about the way we see reality. I don't know. Let me look that up before I go any further. Not what we're talking about anyway. But perception and delivery. And a critical component, I suspect, would be the audience itself and their ability to now take that information that they've received and digest it, right? Digest what's been delivered. I suspect that's also why so many venues nowadays are very short-footed. You know, they're tiny. They're delivered to an audience that has a short attention span. And I understand that only because I'm one of those, ooh, shiny thing, I didn't even hear what you said. Which brings me to, do I hear what you're saying? Yeah, oh, that one's deep, right? Conversation. It's so very important. And in my head, because I don't have very few, because I don't have any real life interactions where I'm not in control, right? I'm at the grocery store, I'm paying, so it's my game. Pretty much grocery store, gas station, I'm buying, so it's my game. So I don't have any other interactions, right, that are genuine conversational interactions with other human beings. Pause, right, pause. Let the other person speak is what I'm learning how to do. But then I gotta tell you, in my head, so very noisy in my head. A little bit crowded, trying to clean it out so it's less crowded. For instance, I'm going to finish that easel today so that or at least bring it to a place where it's near finished so that I can get it out of my head. It's taking up a lot of room. The various iterations, the prototype, right? It's taking up a lot of room. Also, it freaks me out to look at myself. It does. But I figure people want to see who's talking. I don't know, because if you didn't want to see who's talking, you would have listened to my blog at least once. I look it up. I don't even know what it's called anymore. But I'm sure that my ego attached my name. Yeah, always fighting that ego. I'm like, ego, we're going to write under a pseudonym, right? Ego's like, we will not. But if you ask me if I have an ego, I will straight up lie to you and say, oh no, I'm not that way. But clearly I do, or did, and maybe this is one of those things that I've transitioned past a little bit more than I did before. A little bit more than I had before. A little bit more than I had before. That ego. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, told my daughter I wasn't going to say that anymore. Take that back. Okay. Hey, thanks for listening. Simple, easy, breezy. Have a great day. Do I play with my hair when I'm nervous? Maybe that'll be a conversation for the next conversation, but brings to mind things I think about while I'm doing dishes. Have a great day. Because hey, I think I'm going to give myself permission to have a great day.